Hey, you guys, this is me again with another story time from my bedroom. Story time from my bedroom. I got a late start tonight. It is almost close to midnight, you guys, but let's go ahead and get the story going today. So, this week was all about Scandalous Week, and we are on the last day of Scandal Week. So, go ahead before we get started and subscribe to the channel. Hello to all the new subscribers that I gained this week. Also, after you watch the video, give the video a thumbs up and go ahead and click the bell for notifications so you'll be the first one to know when we are posting the new videos. Just for those newbies that are here, letting you know that we post videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you guys, I'm going to shift a little bit from the church scandal. I hope you enjoyed all of those, honey. Don't slap nobody when you go to church on Sunday. Just horrible, you guys. So this one right here is my own personal scandal, y'all. Honey, listen, I just had to do what I had to do in this video here. Okay, guys. So this is when I lived in a high-rise building. I had like 2 kids. Oh, honey, 2-ish, 2.5 kids. I was having children. It was all a blur. And so I lived on the 12th floor in this building. And there was three girls on the same floor as me. And we were all like kind of cool from the building. We didn't really hang out outside of the building, but we were cool in the building. So what we would do on this floor of ours, we would open up our doors like to our apartments, and then all our kids were around the same age. So I think my oldest child at this time was probably like not even 1 or no, probably about 2 or 3 years old or something like that. And so we would let our kids run in the hallway, laugh and play. And then we would all sit around and just have girlfriend talk. So we would all meet up like at the elevator. So we just lean against the wall. We would have like wine or whatever and kids running up and down the hallways. Honey, we didn't care nothing about the neighbors, y'all. And just talk and whatever. We would like borrow stuff from one another. So we would knock on each other's door like, hey, girl, you got a pamper? Yeah, I got a pamper. I'll pay you back when I get my pampers. Okay. So we was like a little close-knit, just all 3 single women. You know, they all had like boyfriends or whatever, but we were like 3 little single women that was just helping each other out. So I was with my kid's dad at this time. Now, at this time, I was working for KFC, y'all, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And so everybody knew I worked for Kentucky Fried Chicken because I used to bring chicken home. And then we all sit there and eat chicken in the highway, too. And so my boyfriend at the time, my kid's dad at the time, he worked at Burger King. But he worked at Burger King on 3rd shift. So he worked at Burger King on 3rd shift, and then I would go to KFC in the morning time, like around about 10 o'clock in the morning or something. And sometimes you guys, I would pull a double. It was just that hard. I would pull a double, and then I would make sure I get home before 11 something so that he could go ahead and go to work. And it was just like a hop skip to my job, like 2 or 3 blocks in from where I actually live. So at this particular time, me and my kid's father, we was together, but we really weren't on good terms, you guys. And so he was always just like cheating. If he wasn't between me and his baby mama, remember the one I went in her house and we was fighting and my grandmama dropped me off, me and this girl was back and forth again. So mind you, he had already had a baby by her. So one of her children and one of my children are around the same age. So remember that, they were around the same age. And so it was between him and her, they was kicking it or whatever. Or he probably had somebody else that was kicking it. And so that he was, cheating with. And by this time, y'all, I was just tired of the cheat. Let me tell you something as a person, as a woman, who I am. I'm loyal. If I am in a relationship, then I am in a relationship with you. I believe in monogamous. I think that's the word. Monogamy. I believe in being monogamous. It's just me and you. And so I'm not big on, I don't do a whole lot of cheating. I don't do a lot of cheating. But because it made me feel some type of way, because you always creeping out and doing your stuff, as a woman, I felt like, for real, I'm over here trying to be loyal to you. I know you doing some bull crap behind my back. So we was going through the breaking up and coming back together, breaking up and coming back together crap that you go through in these toxic relationships instead of just letting go and going your separate ways. So this time he was back in. I'm like, you know what? for real, I could cheat. Like, I got people that like me at the job and like a few little other places, but I'm being loyal. And in my mind, I'm like, being loyal for what? So I don't know what it was. So sometimes being in something that's toxic and being mistreated or not valued the way you should be valued will make you become something that you originally are not. So during that time, I am a loyal person to whoever I'm in a relationship. Even in my friendships, I'm loyal. But at this point, I can show you better than I can tell you. I'm about to be, look, I'm about to, good for the goose, good for the gander. Quack, quack. So here we go. So I decided I'm going to do me a little cheating too, because I'm about sick of you. So what I ended up doing, y'all, why am I whispering like this ain't happened years ago? And me and him divorced. He can't do nothing to me. But that just heightens the scandalous of it all, y'all. So I end up, there was this boy at the job. Let's see what we call him. We'll call him Brian. We'll call him Brian. His name wasn't Bobby, but we call him Brian. So he was liking me, whatever. And to be honest, I didn't like Brian. I just wanted to use Brian to make a point out of the whole thing or whatever. So I finally end up linking up with Brian, right? And so, mind you, we link up or whatever, or I guess I started responding to Brian's little, innuendos he was throwing out or whatever. So we finally decide we're going to do the do, y'all. And so you can come over my house because he out at night. So I don't know if somebody on my floor saw him come in, or I think more than likely they saw him come out, unbeknownst to me. Okay, keep that in your pocket. So he come over or whatever, we sitting there chitty-chatting, and my kids were asleep or what have you, left them in the living room or whatever. We go in the back room. And so what I did was, before we did anything, I made sure I called baby daddy, because you got to cover your bases, honey. So I called him on the phone to make sure he was still at work, so I can hear like the machines and stuff in the background. I can hear like the drive-through thing going off in the background, and I'm like, yeah, what y'all doing? He was like, yeah, just working. These people is really busy or whatever. And he was working at a Burger King that was up by UC in Cincinnati. So them UC kids, University of Cincinnati college kids, are up late at night and they're eating all times of the night. And I think this one was open like 24 hours. Like the drive-thru was open 24 hours. So he was like, man, just doing this, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, okay then. Well, I'm about to go on the bed. I just thought I'd touch bases with you before I go to bed, blah, blah, blah. I was going to bed, all right. So we doing the do, y'all. So he's on there and I guess he excited. He ooching and arching and whatever and doing the do. And I'm just sitting there like, bruh, I don't even like you. Like, really though, I hope to God you don't think I'm liking you. I'm just doing this to prove a point. First of all, to myself that I still got it. Second of all, I'm trying to prove a point like I still got it and, I can get it like he can get it. So he get finished doing his little do or whatever, doing the do or whatever. I felt like the color purple when she said, Mr. Get on top of me and do his business. Well, sure, Miss City, you still a virgin. So whatever. And so after that, he go ahead and he leave or whatever. So baby daddy ain't know nothing about it. We do what we do. And so did I feel better? I don't know. It was what it was. But don't think I can't get it in like you getting in. I'm just trying to be loyal to your raggedy tail, but you don't want to act right. So boom, there we go. So we get to work or whatever, like the next day or so, or whenever the next my shift was. So he's like, oh man. I'm like, dude, I so hate you. Like, please don't think I really like you. Oh, God. So he's all in my space. Now, mind you, he's a cook. So the cooks for KFC, the way it was structured was the cooks had to go catch like a little elevator in the back of the store and go downstairs. And that's where you had like the big cases of chicken. You rinsed them off, you floured the chicken, and then they would bring the floured chicken on this metal rack-like thing that had all the chicken pieces on there, all the thighs, all the legs, and all of that different stuff. And then they would go ahead, put that up, and they'll, ring the bell and say, pull the chicken. So you pull the chicken off the elevator, and then they will come up on the elevator and fry you. So first of all, you ain't even supposed to be up here. I'm a cashier. You all in the front. First of all, you giving it away. Like, bruh, you never was in my face. You said little slight things before, but now the way you coming out, people gonna start looking around and know we done did something because now you all in my face. Like, don't do that. Fall back. I don't know what they call that now. What they call that now? I don't know. You was being thirsty. Just go. Okay, you got some little nookies or whatever. You did your dude. Get away from me. So he ends up, can I come over again? Oh my God. Okay. I don't know what day it was, y'all. Must not have nothing to do or whatever. So he came over again. So I end up calling my kid's father, make sure he was at work. He was at work or whatever. Woo, woo, woo. So we go ahead, we do the do. Mister, get on top of me. And did what he did. So he ooching in the eye and all of that junk. Boy, bad. So by this time, I was like, okay, first of all, this ain't even me, Sherry. This ain't even me. Now you done pull somebody in, and this boy think y'all about to be kicking it, and y'all ain't. So he go ahead and he leaves out. Mind you, never got busted. So I thought. So the next day at work or whatever my next shift was, he's all in my space. I'm like, boy, get out my space, gone back downstairs. Don't come up trying to hug me or, all that little goofy stuff, bruh. Like, be discreet if we're gonna do anything. I wouldn't even kick it with you because you too much. Anyways. So he wanted to come back over again. I said, nah, bro, I'm cool. Well, I thought, no, you thought, whatever, we cool. So it was probably like a week or so later or something. Me and my kid's father, we got into it about some old junk. And next thing you know, what fly out of his mouth was, you think I don't know about old dude you had up in here? Baby, let me tell you something. Me and my kid's father fights used to get domestic. And all I thought, girl, this fool about to knock your head up off your shoulders. And I'm like, well, what about you and your baby mama? Whoa. I don't even know what you talking about anyways. Do. Now, you know what I'm talking about? Because, let me name the girl. What I say her name was? Shoot. Okay, so the girls I used to hang in the hallway with, it was two girls we used to hang in the hallway with. It's about 2 or 3 of us. The one name was Patricia. And the other one name was Tanya. Patricia, one of the main ones that I hung in the hallway with, she had an older daughter that used to braid my son's hair. So I had 2 kids. My son had a whole lot of hair, and I couldn't really do nothing with it. Her daughter used to braid it. We was back and forth to each other's apartments, laughing, giggling. Now, let me tell you how this worked. Me, her, and Tanya were friends. They were not friends with my kid's dad. They just spoke to him. So while you over here, Patricia went and told him that I had a dude coming out the apartment. Y'all, I said, this what we doing, huh? Why would you tell on me, you Yankee raggedy heifer? Why would you tell on me like you helping him out when he ain't even your friend? Let me tell you something. I had girlfriends that me and her, they were cool. Me and this person, me and her was cool, and they had a dude. But when she broke up with the dude, I wasn't cool with the dude no more. I can't talk to you no more because she's my friend. I met you through her. That's just how I do. Maybe it's petty. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. So she hop her tail down there while I'm at work to go tell him that I had somebody come up out the apartment, some dude. So the first thing I say, okay. So he was like, and don't say nothing to her about it. I said, no, Negro, you got me stuck. So I go knock on the door. She ain't answer the door. I said, okay, then I'm going to cut you off because you want some old slick stuff. Come to find out, y'all, this heifer had been coming down to my house, knocking on the door, barring stuff, in short shorts and a bra. Oh, but she had a whole man named Jeffrey. that I met. Now, this is how we do it. If I needed to borrow, like, say, a pamper from her, like one occasion, I went down there to her apartment, knocked on the door to borrow a pamper from her. He answered the door. I said, is Patricia here? He was like, yeah, she here. Okay, so he went to go get her, and when she came, I borrowed a pamper from her. So she was like, you could have just asked him for the pamper. No, 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 ma'am. I ain't talking to your dude like that. That ain't your dude's pampers. My relationship is with you, not your dude. Tell me, am I right, not wrong? Okay, so I'm loyal to you. I'm cool with you. I'm not cool with him, so I'm not borrowing nothing from him. So when you came knocking on my door with your shorts on, miss, and your bra, and you knocked on the door, and he peeked out the peek hole, and he was like, she's not here. Oh, I just want to see if I could borrow the pamper. As soon as he said, my boyfriend said, I wasn't at home, you should have took your happy hips back down to your apartment. But he opened up the door anyways, because he goofy. Men don't do that, because he's just absolutely goofy. So he opens up the door, and there she is in her bra and panty. Oh, you told on me because you was trying to get on. Sitting there, he, mother loving, kiki, laughing. Y'all, we was in the hallway every single weekend. We watched our children grow up together. Matter of fact, the woman named Patricia, oldest daughter that used to braid my son's hair, she had vitiligo for a minute, then she got sick, and she passed away. We all at the funeral together, not knowing you was trying to sleep with my man, knocking on the door, borrowing Pampers. Oh, okay, this is what we do. So now, ain't nobody come to my house. Keep your tail away from my door, and I had to prep him. Don't let nobody borrow nothing from me. If I ain't here, we ain't got it. And quit opening up my door, because you about to be on the other side of the door anyways. Y'all just a mess. Just a scandalous mess, honey. So, I ain't really talk with her like that no more. I should have got rid of him too, but I didn't, y'all. Scandalous, honey. Do like your mama said. If you sitting at somebody's house, honey, and they man come home, cut the conversation short and take your tail on home. That's what we do now. So now going forward, I listen to my mama. What she said, that thing resonated with me, honey. If I get company up here and it's of the female persuasion, honey, as soon as my man hit the door, get out. Gone. We finish up this conversation. I'll talk to you, girl. We out of here. My man come home and we on the phone with each other. Girl, let me holler at you. Get on up out of here. Keep them away from you. She was trying to get on, y'all. All that time we was in the highway. Y'all, this is story time for my scandalous bedroom. It ain't popping in this bedroom like that, y'all. But back in the day, the bedroom was scandalous, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed the story of this week. Go ahead and push the bell for notifications. Give the video a thumbs up. Share the video if you want to. And subscribe to the channel. Next week, we will be back again on Monday, Wednesday, Friday with another story time from my bedroom. And I may have a special guest on next week, you guys. Have a great and wonderful and safe weekend. Peace.